Town of Swan River Mayor Lance Jacobson, CAO Derek Poole joined us this morning to talk a little bit about crime. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's talk. You have a brand new program going on. You're sort of telling the community what's going on. Town on Notice is the name of it. And you're sharing some details. And I think a lot of people be happy about this. They've been saying we want to know what's happening. And that's part of it this morning. You get to come here and sort of tell us what is happening. So to start with a bit, crime, it feels like to me it's on the rise. But is it really?
I would be I would be foolish to say that it's not. We have to absolutely acknowledge the fact that we do have some issues in this community that seem to have been getting worse in recent years, and in the last few months it's even been more so. And it's a big concern. Your council has been discussing this amongst ourselves and with the RCMP, our local MLA, and we are reaching out to the Justice Minister, and also we're actually having our municipal minister here on Thursday to discuss this and some other items. But on the note of crime, as your question is that yes, definitely we are seeing an increase in certain crimes throughout our community and actually the valley as well.
Everybody's looked at people making comments on Facebook, and some of those comments are, we don't think they're doing anything. But obviously from the list here, you've been pretty busy already.
Yeah, we have been, and that's the tough part, like social media and so forth. It's easy to comment on it and not really ask the people the questions, and we do apologize if they're not getting the answers what they're looking for. But like I said, we are trying to come up with solutions. We are going to have a community hall meeting, which is mentioned, I guess, this morning. That is tentative date is for March the 10th. That meeting, I want it to be a really working meeting with RCMP, Council, and a few other community organizations that can come up with creative solutions and plans on how we can protect our community. But some of these issues that we're dealing with, I have to say, and we all know that the roots of the issues go far deeper than what we see on the surface.
Tell me a bit more about the meeting, if you can. Is this a meeting where it's going to be stakeholders together in a room, or is the public going to come to this and share their concerns?
No, our plan is definitely with stakeholders, but definitely with the public. We need the public to get involved. I know that there are some people out there that want to vent. We have business people that have been pushed to the brink, and they're very upset about this, and they want something done. And this has to be an opportunity for them to speak, and also at the same time is to hear from the RCMP and other community organizations that are trying to work on solving some of these issues or curbing some of them. But I think as a community we have to work together on this, and the time is now.
We've seen some programs in the community already. I speak of the Citizens on Patrol program. That's been active for a few months now. The town's been supporting that?
Yeah, definitely. The town has supported it, and I know some councillors have even given some money to it, and so has the town of Swan River in some forms of support. But as far as in encouraging them, definitely. I know that right now I think they have about 22 volunteers. They need more. And I do encourage anybody out there that has some time that they can help with the COP program to contact the Business Consortium group, and I believe that Councillor Wintoni is on that group as well, so you can contact him as well, or even through our office, and kind of learn. If you're not too sure, give them a call, or give the town office a call, and they'll put you in the right direction, and then you can learn a little bit more about what COPP is and what the individuals do.
Now, a couple things going forward. The town's looking at a community safety officer, and I think it's Thompson that has gone down that path before. If the town did that, what would it look like?
Maybe I'll let Mr. Poole answer that question.
Yeah, that's correct. The City of Thompson and the PAW has just recently signed an agreement for a community safety officer program with the province. It's basically, it would be municipal employees, but they would be put on a schedule, and whether it's part-time or full-time, obviously up to the municipality, but it's basically a paid patrol with, they would have their mandates, where to cover, the they would be in constant contact or communication with the RCMP, so that when something happens, they get action from the RCMP as soon as possible.
Now, another thing on the agenda is the idea of a grant program for storefront protection. What would that look like?
It's been tossed around. The details can't really go too far right now, but I guess it's just an initiative. If we're going to spend some money on crime prevention, I think we'd rather be proactive rather than reactive. And as much as people don't like those, the metal cages over storefronts, I guess in my opinion, we don't shop at 2 a.m. So it's whatever can help these businesses with what they're dealing with right now.
Now, reporting crime, I know lots of reports go in, but a lot of crime in the area isn't actually getting reported. How important is it that somebody's calling the police?
It's extremely important. The RCMP have set up that online reporting site for a reason. When we gather these stats, those stats are used to get increased resources to help with crime in our region and in Swan River itself. So the importance of reporting crime is there. We need those stats in order to justify more resources.
Gentlemen, other things we should know?
Well, I just want to echo a little bit more on that reporting the crime, and there has been individuals that have not reported certain crimes, and you have to, and it goes back to the whole point of getting that information to the province. But at the same time, for individuals out there that are really concerned, like I said, contact us. Be prepared to join us in with the town hall meeting on March the 10th. Join COPP, but also just keep your eyes open and watch for the individuals and report them. I know sometimes people say, well, nothing's ever going to get done. Yes and no, maybe, but the stats will go to the minister, and we need to lobby the provincial government on some kind of a strategy on how the province is going to deal with crime. Again, this is not only just in the town of Swan River. We've spoken with other municipalities, larger than us and smaller than us, and they all have similar issues that we have, and we're just not quite used to this in our small community, and we don't want it, and we have to do whatever we can. But I think that lobbying the Justice Minister, calling our MLA Rick Wochuk and saying, hey, you know what are we going to do about this, and start advocating on our behalf and doing something that we can start dealing with the crime. But a lot of this does trickle down to the Justice Department.
Now, I know I've been broken into, and I've called the mayor, and I've said, you have no idea what this is like. But in reality, all three of us sitting here this morning, I've been broken into, the mayor's been broken into. Derek, you've had examples with that too. You know firsthand how hard this is when you're a victim.
Absolutely, and it's for those that haven't had it, it's hard to describe, but it's definitely you take it personally, and this is your business, is your baby, and that's your investment, and you definitely don't want to have anybody breaking in and destroying your property and so forth. But also at the same time, the crime is a huge cost. We know it's a huge cost. We look at our own RCMP cost in the town of Swan River and how much that has increased in the last 10 years. But at the personal level, for individual property owners, business owners, their insurance, the rate of their insurance, and so forth. These individuals are not helping this community, and it's costing a lot of people a lot of money, and not only the municipalities but the provincial government. And that's why I keep going back to that. The provincial government or federal government needs to start doing something and strategies how to deal with crime.
Anything else?
No, I think we pretty much covered it all off, and just watch our town on notice. That'll be coming out there as well, and that'll be a way to communicate with the community, not only on crime but other issues as well.
Gentlemen, a pleasure to have you here as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.